What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
It's not CGI. Thing in Wednesday is actually played by a real character. Did Jenna Ortega use a stunt double? Does she really know how to play the cello? Who choreographed Wednesday's iconic dance? We got you covered with some mind-blowing facts. Without further ado, here is what Wednesday really looks like behind the scenes. Let's start off with some appreciation of Jenna and how this 20-year-old actress did a better performance than anyone who's been in Hollywood industry for decades. To be real, Jenna could play any role, and she would still give an incredible performance, although it looks like she was born to play Wednesday. But the actress had to work really hard in order to give such a performance, which is why the entire world is praising her job.
Welcome to Ophelia Hall. Not a hugger. Got it.
Have you guys watched Wednesday? What do you think of it? If you haven't seen it yet, you better watch this video later because we're about to talk about some big spoilers. But first things first, did you know that Netflix's Addams Family series is breaking multiple records? Per a Variety report, Wednesday holds the new record for the most hours viewed in a week for an English-language TV series on Netflix. Stranger Things Season 4 held the record before with 335.01 million hours viewed, while Wednesday counted 341.2 million hours. Now, let's jump into some crazy behind-the-scenes secrets, shall we? The Addams Family has been given a lot of screen adaptations over the years, with Christina Ricci playing the titular character in the 90s and coming back to play the villain in the most recent adaptation of the series. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even recognize her at first. I knew she was set to appear in the series, and I was waiting for her appearance, having no idea she played Miss Marilyn Thornhill. Interestingly enough, George is the shortest actor to play Lurch in a screen adaptation of The Addams Family. He's only 6'3", while Ted, who played the character in the 1960s TV series, was 6'9". Carl, who played him in the films in the 90s, is 7 feet. John, who played him in the 90s TV show, is 6'9", and Zachary, who played him in Broadway, was 6'6". The first twisted scene in the show was the one with Wednesday witnessing a murder while being pushed on a tree. The next day, she was left speechless when the person who died that night appeared to be pretty much alive. Here's how they filmed the mentioned scene, where as you can see, Jenna didn't need a stunt double for this. Here's the same shot from a different perspective.
2, 1, go!
How incredible is it to see the crowd of people working on a single take? Apparently, the creators and the actors needed to first perform the scene in a room, practicing and practicing until they made sure the whole thing would look believable. The executive producer, Tim Burton, is later seen helping the actors putting what appears to be fake blood on someone. The next scene we have is one with hide. The hide was pure CGI, obviously, and it's really interesting to see the actors interacting with it. Did you know that Jenna was covered in fake blood and gore when she met Tim Burton and the creators Miles and Alfred? They first met over a Zoom call, believe it or not. The actress learned how to play the cello for the part. She started learning about 2 months before filming. As for the iconic dance scene, she choreographed the scene herself. Here's a behind-the-scenes shot from the dance.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, the cramps.
This is my favorite scene. We brought this up so many times.
We're truly obsessing over it. For the dance, Jenna got inspired by the Sue and 80s goth, but she also took fencing, archery, canoeing, and German lessons. She used her knowledge of German in a scene where Wednesday was telling a group of tourists about fudge and colonism.
Eher authentisches Pilgrimfudge aus Kakaobohnen, bezogen von den unterdrückten Bewohnern des Amazonas.
She also said something about you smashing that like button, you know, if you haven't done it already. Now, the big question is whether Thing is a real hand or CGI. Okay, the fact that Thing was played by an actual actor is definitely one of the most surprising when it comes to the making of Wednesday. Thing is, without a doubt, an essential part of every Addams Family adaptation, and Netflix's Wednesday made sure to include the character as well. The helpful hand stays with Wednesday at Nevermore Academy and helps her solve the murder mystery in the small town. Thing was brought to life in the series thanks to the actor Victor. This is, however, not the first time Thing was played by an actual actor, and the creators knew exactly what they were doing when they cast Victor for the part rather than creating every scene involving Thing with CGI. In the press notes for Wednesday, Netflix said that it was really important for the executive producer Tim Burton that Thing was played by a real person. Yeah, there are some CGI elements used to make Thing's scenes more believable, but the hand is mostly played by the Romanian magician Victor. Interestingly enough, this is Victor's debut role. In order to make his performance believable, Victor had to spend 3 hours preparing. He had to wear a blue suit that was required for whenever he appeared on camera. The blue suit was essential in order for the VFX team to visually edit him out. Per a report by Netflix, Victor often had to have his body placed in unusual places on set to get the right shot. Upside down, under floors, behind walls, and even inside walls. There were, however, some scenes for which the creators had to use a suitcase full of stand-in prosthetic hand casts in different positions. When fans discovered that Victor was actually behind Thing, they couldn't stop praising the actor for his performance. Did you guys know that Thing was played by an actual actor? Or did you think the whole thing was CGI? Let us know. One of the most surprising things for me is that Jenna Ortega filmed the dance scene with COVID. Jenna deserves to be given the title Queen of Gen Z. Although the actress is only 20 years old, she's been in the film industry for a long time. Everyone who's watched the series or uses TikTok knows exactly which scene is being referred to as the iconic one. Jenna said she learned about young Wednesday from a 1960 Addams Family sitcom and dancing in goth clubs in the 80s. It definitely paid off, but when you discovered that the actress had COVID while filming this scene, well, it's the moment you realize how amazingly talented she is. Her version of Adam's daughter is intelligent and clever with some dark interests.
At least I'm not an elitist snob.
But there's something special about this version of Wednesday that makes it different from the previous ones. For instance, there's the iconic dance scene in episode 4. In an interview with NME, she explained her experience with the dance scene, saying that the whole thing is crazy because on the day, it was also her first day with COVID. Naturally, this felt awful, so she asked the creators to redo it, but according to her, they didn't have time. She said you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. Okay, seriously, she went through an awful experience filming the scene because, as she explained, she'd woken up with body aches and felt like she had just been hit by a car the day before. In her own words, she felt like a little goblin was let loose in her throat and was just scratching the walls of her esophagus, so she definitely felt it. She also explained how the creators were giving her medicine while waiting for positive results. It shouldn't come as a surprise to discover that Tim asked Jenna personally to be in this show. Imagine getting an email that says Tim Burton wants to meet with you. I don't know about you, but I would completely lose it. We'll see you in the next video.